special we call UFO crappie lights. You run one like this is what we've had for years and years. And it's a headlight in a foam and it floats on top of the water. It draws anywhere from 5 to 8 amps. Each one's a little different, so we've got different sizes. But that's the old-fashioned. We're not saying it's not a good one. It just draws a lot of amps, drawing your battery down quicker.
Especially if you use multiples.
Yeah, we usually use 2 of them, so we were drawing 10 to 12 amps an hour on a 110 amp hour battery. You had about 10 hours, maybe 5. Now, we went out with this one, which is a UFO, we call it. It's all LED. We've got, if you can see them, a 5 millimeter. We got about 24 of them around the side. Alright, the bottom, we've got white, and we make some. We've got some with the green around the side and the green on the bottom. And they'll put out a lot of light. And you can see quite a ways with them if you hold them up like a headlight or something. It floats, you push it under, it sinks.
It's neutral buoyancy.
So that's a green on the side and white on the bottom. It draws probably 700 milliamps. So that's considerably less. That's probably 3/4 of an amp.
Where we could run 5 of those on the same, basically the same amount of amp hours as a one headlight. So that means we can hang 5 of our UFOs off the boat for the cost in electricity of what one of the floating 12-volt headlights
I'm not
is.
saying the cost. What we mean by the cost is the
Amp hours.
that was green round. Now this is a UFO. And it's green around the sides. See them? There's 24 of them. Got 21. These are 5 millimeter. These are 10 millimeter. And then we've wired them inside. You can see it. So this is the same Prince Adam. It's got a big lip, so it floats. If you want it to sink, you sink it. There's no heavy buoyancy.
And also, would you say no trapped air?
Yeah.
There's
And
no trapped air
this
in there.
They're all about the same, about 700 milliamps. So they're all fairly efficient. This one here is I seen this and I bought it. It's 2 foot long. It takes 3 side emitting LEDs, and it's got about 40.
It's strip, right? Didn't you say that there's 4 foot worth of strip in there?
Yeah. And it's quite expensive, but we put it together. It's all green. You can seek them. You can leave it on top.
Yeah, show those weights too. Yeah.
Weights in the bottom to pull it down, because I see they're water resistance, and I could have probably got away without doing it, but I wanted it to sink. So now we just put it in there like that. 2 foot of green light, and we just let it down.
And that's one of our brightest lights. It's like you wouldn't believe how bright it is.
And it probably draws 600 milliamps, maybe 450. It's not, don't seem to pull, but it's a smaller LED. Those big white ones are 5, and these are 3 emitter diodes in them. So it makes quite a bit of difference in the color and
the brightness.
brightness.
But it also does make a difference in the draw. I mean, it's going to draw more with bigger lights.
This is bright. It's very bright.
One of our super brightest lights.
Yeah. Not quite that. This one here, one really packed. It's got everything in it. This is all green. You got green 10 millimeter all the way around the edge. You got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 around the side. You've got about 20 on the bottom.
Hold on this side, the lighting's there.
You got about 20 on the bottom here. Now the potting soil we used kind of leaked out of this one. That's something that happens. You can see it's bulbled up here. But it's waterproof. This area, it sinks because there's no place to trap the air. And it's a little heavier. But that draws like 520 milliamps. That's a half an amp. So you're talking, well, all the LEDs I've showed you we can run for what one of these amps. So we can have them all around the boat, just scattered everywhere around the boat, anything we want, and run them all night.
On roughly the same amperage as that one floating headlight.
This one here, that I showed you first, I put on a 9-volt battery. Hook this up to a 9-volt battery. At 4 o'clock, I would lugged it in at 8 o'clock at night. 4 o'clock in the morning, it was still bright. I got up out of bed and got done with coffee and everything. And it was still at 9 o'clock, 9:30, it was still, you could see, of course, the sun come up, which made it a little duller. But you could still see the lights, but you could tell it was dying, the battery was going. But you figure 8 hours off a 9-volt arrow, strong.
That's right. That whole light, all the multiple LEDs right there.
All the little green 5s and all the whites.
Ran it all night on a 9-volt battery. So
8 hours.
8 hours. So if you guys are fishing, you want to hang it off a tree limb, slap a 9-volt battery in it, hang it from the tree limb, go get your bait, go get shad, whatever you want to do before you start night fishing, then cruise back up to it and start fishing. Because the best thing about crappie light fishing is the longer the lights are in the water, the more fish you produce. The bigger school of bait fish, the bigger school of fish. So think about that, guys. You can plug in a 9-volt battery, let it sit, go take care of business, come back, and you got clouds of fish waiting there for you.
Yeah, it works. Like I said, that one there was what, roughly almost 40 LEDs, 5 millimeter and 10 millimeter, ran 8 hours bright on a 9-volt battery. So, and I ain't sure, but that ain't bad. You can't find that much. You couldn't run that light there on a 9-volt battery.
Alright, well, YouTube, thanks for watching. That's Richard from Redneck Engineering. We design our own stuff. You guys you have some questions on some custom crappie lights, or maybe if you want us to make you a couple, give me a holler on my email, which is right there below on the page. Or contact Anglers and Antlers off 7 Highway in Warsaw, Missouri. You can deal through them and contact us here at Redneck Engineering. Well, YouTube, see ya.